What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with another Clash of Clans videos, and this week we are going to be putting a new spin on the weekly CWL recap video. A little bit of a merger between a recap, a power rankings, those sort of things, and because I have somewhat of a securities background, we're going to do it sort of a security or a stock buy, sell, hold type theme. How people are faring, what the outcome of the latest war was, and sort of the outlook on that particular clan at the moment. So let me know in the comments below if you like this sort of setup, this style. If so, we will try to do more of them. If not, I will keep sort of searching for that thing that I enjoy making and you guys enjoy watching. But let's get right into it. Week 3. Oh my goodness, what an insane week. Looking at the first matchup, Dark Looters versus North Remembers. And obviously Dark Looters gets a pretty easy victory here. And so we're really not seeing any change for Dark Looters as far as their stock goes. I mean, I'm calling them a hold right now. They were expected to win this war. They did. Obviously, that first week in the first loss in week 1, but since then they've had a bye week, essentially on a forfeit from Cold September, and now a pretty relatively easy win over North Remembers. So we're not sure still. I mean, obviously they still look dominant. They still look amazing. But really a crazy easy week for them. And if you look forward to next week, they get another bye, Beast Mode. I mean, Beast Mode's disqualified. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. But really a strange start of a season for the current champions, Dark Looters. So we'll leave them at a hold right now. North Remembers, you got to say their stock is down. I mean, come on, 0-3. There's only a handful of clans that are 0-3 right now, and North Remembers is one of them. Unfortunately, got to get together, got to get something moving in their direction. Otherwise, it's going to be a really long season for North Remembers. I hope they get it together soon. We'll see how they do next week. Next matchup, Guantanamo Bay versus Warwells. And Guantanamo Bay right now is an interesting case study as well, just because of the way things have gone, especially with that Beast Mode situation, getting a reversal on their week 2 defeat to Beast Mode. So very interesting there. They are now 2-1. So I'm going to put them as a hold as well, because sort of in that limbo mode, we don't really know yet. They did perform well against Warwells. But after getting beat by Beast Mode, it's like, okay, we know that was not a legitimate loss, but where are they at? We've seen them go up against someone really strong in Warwells, and then in week 1, someone not so strong in North Remembers. So right now, again, sort of a whole situation for them. We'll have to wait and see how their stock reacts next week. The opposite side of that matchup, obviously, Warwells 3-0. Clearly, you got to say their stock is up. That's a buy all day long. I mean, they're one of the strongest clans week in, week out right now. Again, I hear rumblings, I hear rumors, people possibly moving on from that clan. You know how it goes. People, it just tends to happen. So we'll see how they fare in week 4, obviously, with a test against 2.0. So we'll see what they can get done there. But definitely stock up for them. Next one, Power COC versus Buy Forever. Power COC with their first win of the season. So you got to say a little tick up there for them. 1-2 now. Beating Buy Forever. Actually missed that pick. I thought Buy Forever would take that one. So you got to look at the flip side of that and look at Buy Forever now 1-2. Both of these clans now 1-2. Buy Forever, I would sell right now. I mean, I really felt like they were going to be surprising a lot of people this season. And so far through week 3, it just has not happened. You know, 1-star loss, true, but still a loss, and they are still now 1-2. So I'd sell that if you got it. Next matchup, Elite Gaming versus Immoral Thieves. Whoa, where did this one come from? I knew that Elite Gaming had talent. I knew they was going to have a chance to win some good wars this season, but I got to promise you, I did not think it would be against Immoral Thieves. They were being hyped up to the max. So Elite Gaming definitely taking their first win of the season. Stock goes up a bit, 1-2 on the season now, and obviously Immoral Thieves getting beat by Elite Gaming. Has to say, sell them a little bit. Stock goes down because, I mean, that was one that people expected them to win after last week. Had that nice win. Everyone was talking them up, man. They were like really starting to get in that talk of the top clans after they just rolled over Killer Bunnies. But wow, Elite Gaming comes out of nowhere and wins the tie on percentage. So congrats to them, and good try to more things. We'll see how they bounce back next week. Next, Suomi Cat versus Killer Bunnies, and Suomi gets the win 112-111, but only a 1-star victory. I'm going to leave their stock at a hold. They're 2-1, looking like a good upper mid-tier clan, but again, we're not seeing that true hard test from them yet that they came up and won, so I'm just going to leave them at a hold there. Killer Bunnies 0-3, another one of the few clans that have yet to get their first CWL win. So obviously, stock is way down on Killer Bunnies. I mean, if you got it, sell it. Hopefully, they can get it together and have some sort of mid-season rally there. Next war, Faked Wargasm versus Spartan's Legacy. And Faked Wargasm does get the loss here, 106-111, but I'm going to leave them at a hold. I mean, really, that's sort of an expected loss. Spartan Legacy in that very, very top tier. That puts Fake Wargasm down to 2-1. So again, sort of a picked loss there, essentially in my book. So not going to cost them too much on their stock. But Spartan's Legacy, man, one of the other few clans that are 3-0 up. Obviously, they are definitely in the conversation for a potential run at this entire season. So buy it while you can. That clan is really on the rise. Next matchup, Beast Mode versus the Bada Bing clan. And obviously, if you haven't heard, Beast Mode, bankrupt, sell it if you've got any. Take what you can get for it. They are done. Caught cheating way too deep into the clan, and so the entire clan catches a CWL ban. So Bada Bing gets the, I guess, the default win. They're not sure how they're going to do that. I know that that backtracks to last week when Beast Mode got the win over, who was it last week? Sorry, I had to look at my notes real quick here. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, Guantanamo Bay. We talked about that, obviously, that they did win that war, but the DQ reverses that, and Guantanamo Bay picks up the win. So Beast Mode and no more in the CWL. So their stock obviously goes to 0. Bada Bing clan, obviously a hold here. We didn't get to see a test from them. They're 2-1, so looking pretty good. But without a war to really look at, hard to make the stock move any. Next ward, Cold September versus OneHive 2.0, and another huge upset, I think, in almost everyone's book. Puts Cold September at 1-2, and OneHive 2.0 at 1-2. So one that I think everybody expected Cold September to lose. Obviously, they've had their struggles this season. Just fielding the team, had trouble in week 2, even getting a team on the field, and then turns it around and beats 2.0. So obviously, their stock jumping this week. Nicely done to them. Wish them continued success. And 2.0 obviously taking a little dip here because that was an expected win for them. And Cold September just stepping up to the plate, getting the win 110-108. So good job there. PWC versus War and Glory. And another one that I missed here. Not that this one was so surprising as a Cold September win, but PWC getting the win over War and Glory 114-113. I watched this one on the stream, on Adam's stream. It was a barn burner, super close, but you got to say that makes PWC stock go up, moving to 2-1, on the season. So look out for them. If they can string a couple more wins together, they've got a nice season on their hands. And War and Glory, I guess you got to say they've got a dip in their price right now because 1-2 on the season. I think a lot of people, including themselves, were expecting a little better performance out of the gates, but not something that they can't recover from. We'll see if they can get back, rally, and get that stock price back up. Skip one there. 6 Schlitzes versus the Swarm, and 6 Schlitzes takes the loss, 106-113. I'm going to leave them at a hold. I don't think I would actually recommend a sell of 6 Schlitzes just yet because the Swarm, obviously, super strong, very powerful, an expected loss for them. Now, I will say I didn't expect a 7-star loss for 6 Schlitzes, and they probably didn't either, but I am going to leave them at a hold rating. And obviously, the Swarm, another 3-0 clan. I mean, gotta say the stock is just soaring right now. Them and the few other clans that have managed to keep an undefeated record, really, really impressive. Buy it while you can. Next one is Emphatic Elite versus Reddit Alchemy. And Emphatic Elite getting the win, but only by 1 star. I'm still going to give them an increase on their stock price because, I mean, they're 3-0. There's not many clans that are 3-0 right now. They are one of them. They got the real test coming next week, though, in the form of OneHive, so we'll see what they can do with that. But for now, their stock is soaring. Reddit Alchemy, I'm going to leave it at a hold because I think that was an expected loss for them, and maybe they overperformed what some people thought they might. Playing Emphatic Elite to 1 star there. So even though a record of 1-2, gonna say don't sell it just yet. Annihilate versus North Watchers. Annihilate getting beat 3 stars there, and this is a couple of clans that have struggled here. Obviously, Annihilate, both clans were yet to get their first win, so someone had to do it. It turns out to be North Watchers, but Annihilate 0-3, another one of those clans 0-3, so obviously their stock is plummeting. Not really sure what they're going to be able to do to switch it around, right the ship, and get some wins under the belt. They need to do it quick, but obviously the win for North Watchers, they're going to be mad at me. I know North Watchers are going to be mad at me. It seems like I'm always doubting them, but I can't help it. Only a few star victory there over the no-win Annihilate. I'm going to leave them at a hold. I think they're 1-2. I think they're still not where they want to be, where they need to be in this season. So 1-2. Don't buy them just yet. We'll see if they get another win next season. Probably have a buy recommendation if they do. OneHive going against Dark Looter Z and getting throttled by 6 stars. Very impressive war by Dark Looter Z. I think a few people out there did pick them, but if you asked around, I don't think anybody would have picked this margin of victory. So obviously, OneHive drops to 2-1, and our stock goes down. Not a good loss. One that we really should have picked up. Just a poor performance, bottom line. But taking nothing away from Dark Looter Z, they moved to 3-0, and obviously their stock goes way up. They are, in my mind, in that conversation now with those clans that are at the very top tier and have a legitimate shot to win this whole season. So excellent job to them. Keep an eye on them. Mariana Trench versus Reddit Omega, and Mariana Trench takes another loss. So obviously their stock is plummeting. It's a clan that I really thought would be doing well this season and have yet to get their first win. Obviously Reddit Omega looking really strong. 4-star victory there, 113-109. Super close. The only loss they took was to OneHive by 1 star. So very, very close. I think their stock definitely is up. They're looking strong. Again, I think they're going to be a tough match for anybody they run into this season. Kancha versus WHF, another one that I think was a super shocker for a lot of people. Kancha gets the win, 110-109, and obviously their stock goes up after they get their first win, and WHF stock down. 1-2 on the season. You know they're in a little bit of a regroup mode. They've got to get things put together. They've got to get moving. Otherwise, that stock is going to continue to fade off. They really, really need to put a couple wins back-to-back together. We'll see if they can get it done next week against Reddit Alchemy. And the last matchup, Midwinters versus Tactical Inc. And Midwinters grabs that first win. So 1-2 for them. Stock moves up a bit, and obviously Tactical Inc. drops off a little bit because 1-2 in the season. Both these clans moved to 1-2. So really a couple that need to put some wins together if they want to be in that playoff conversation. There you go, guys. That is the forecast for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new format, something a little different. Few attacks in the background. Let me know in the comments if you like it. If you don't, we'll axe it and move on to something else. But I thought you guys might like sort of my thoughts on where clans are sitting, even though you got the recap, you got the results. Maybe just knowing sort of my thoughts on how they're looking right now in the season would be fun. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Until next time, Jake from OneHive doing my best to help you guys suck less.